Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Chris Alamany. This is the alberniweather.ca podcast for March 18th, 2024. And we got lots to check out today. So we'll start with the current conditions in Port Alberni at Alberni Weather. It is 7:57, 0.9 degrees Celsius. So we actually got down to 0.8. So not quite freezing, but close enough. There's probably frost around. It is calm, good air quality, no rainfall. Winds are calm, and we're just starting to see a little bit of sunlight as the sun rises. So let's check out the webcam. It looks beautiful out there tonight or this morning. Just a little bit of fog holding on in the harbor there, but otherwise it's pretty clear, and yeah, looks pretty great. So hope you're enjoying the morning, and yeah, it's looking great out there today. So lots to talk about. I want to first look at some of the records that we may or may not have set yesterday and over the weekend. So let's go do that. The first one here I want to check out is yesterday. So yesterday we got up to 20.4. So that is a record for the airport. So going back to 1994, the record previously is 18.2, so that sets that record, but that's only going back to 1994. So we'll check in a little minute here about how far back that might have gone, if it was an all-time record or not. But we had some other records. So if you look at the 16th, Saturday, the airport set a new record there, 20.7. It actually got a little hotter in town at Alberni Weather. It was over 22. And Friday it got up to 16.8 at the airport, which also was a record for that day for the airport. So if we look at the long-term all stations results here. So these are all of the stations in the Alberni Valley since 1900, and we can look back. So if we do this again, if we look at the 17th, actually let's look at the 15th first. We'll end with the 17th so that we can see if it's a St. Paddy's Day record or not. So let's do the 15th. That's Friday. So just to check that out, Beaver Creek, just to start. Oh, so Beaver Creek was 23.3 back in 1947. So that is definitely not a new all-time record at the airport. So the airport got to 16.8. Beaver Creek record is 23.3. So we won't go through the rest of them. We know that that wasn't, but that's probably the record there is 23.3. We can look at the 16th. Let's look at the 16th here. Day 16. There we go. We'll look at Beaver Creek again first, just because it's got the longest one. Oh, again, same temperature, 23.3 is the record for the 16th at Beaver Creek. So again, not an all-time record. And I'll go through all of those in the summary for March when that comes around, and we'll see what the actual all-time record for that day was. But just to save a little time, we'll just look at the 17th. I suspect it was cooler, so it was only got up to 20 on St. Patrick's Day yesterday at the airport. So I suspect that is also not a record. Oh, there you go, 1930, 23.9 at Beaver Creek. So let's look to see at the other ones, just to see what the warmest St. Patrick's Day was. So not Lipsy-Coopsy. See Robertson Creek, 18. Port Alberni in the city, that's the old City Hall, 18.9, also 1930, so that's wow, that's a big difference. Must not have gotten Must have had lots of fog in the city that day, but it cleared out in the afternoon. Port Alberni A, Somas 16, China Creek. No temperatures there, and Cox Lake 16. Yeah, so Beaver Creek looks like it's the winner there. So the warmest St. Patrick's Day in Port Alberni was 23.9. And that's interesting because, so that's 23.9, 1930. So that's St. Patrick's Day, 1930. If we go to the city Hall one, it also has records for 1930, and it set a record on that day as well, but it was only 18.9. So that's a full 4 or 5 degrees difference. So most likely on that day, I would imagine the fog probably hung in nice and close into the harbor, and probably didn't burn off until noon. And so it didn't get hot like it did out in the valley in Beaver Creek out Bainbridge there. So there you go. So that's the historical difference between the valley and the harbor area of Port Alberni. So there you go. So warmest St. Patrick's Day is March 17th, 1930. Okay, so let's look at, I'm just going to move this guy over. Let's look at some other stuff here. You'll see on the main web page, I just updated the layout a little bit. I put the blogs on the ticker at the top, just so that they don't take up quite so much space. You can always find the blogs on the menu here, right underneath home. There is the blog page, and you'll always find all of the latest blogs there. So if you're looking for those, or if you're not sure if this is all of them there, then you'll be able to find them under the home link there. I put the Alberni Weather webcam up onto the main page here, so that we can see it from the front page. The link still just goes to the webcam page, so you can see all the webcams, including the live YouTube. But I also modified my web server. I have a little more control now over my web server. You'll notice that it's been much more reliable. It hasn't been going up and down, and I have a little more control. So you should see there's always an updated image there on the page for the webcam, so it's no longer caching that stuff and giving you an old image. If you're not seeing that, just try to empty your cache if you can. Usually if you close your browser completely, or if you restart your computer, it should get rid of those caches and load that up. So you should see a nice fresh image for those. Everything else is pretty much the same. So let's look at, back into here. There we go. Just looking at the almanac. So I just wanted to look at the week so we could see those peaks. There we go. So you can see we got up over 22 degrees there on Saturday, a little cooler on Sunday. You can see we got right down just close to zero this morning, but not quite. But yeah, nice progression upwards there. We had that gap on Friday when the battery died in the sensor. You never know when the battery's going to die. It just died, so I had to go off and grab a new battery and stick it in there. I checked to make sure that the little solar panel for the sensor station was okay, and it was. But yeah, so there's a bit of a gap there in the readings, but nothing too serious. Current air quality is good. I did notice there was some people burning slash and stuff, so you might want to check this every once in a while to see if there's any poor air quality around in the valley. But it's good this morning. Satellite picture is looking very clear. You can see the all the systems, all the moisture is moving up into southeast Alaska and Haida Gwaii, and we have ourselves some nice clear air there. This should also I mentioned changes on the web server. This should also help with this image here that comes from Environment Canada. It is saved on my server. I download it onto there periodically, so you should see an updated one. It should always be updated there. The other ones are static, but that one should be updated. We'll just check out the radar. I don't think there'll be anything on there, but there might be maybe some interesting lightning or anything. Nope, totally clear. So there you go. So nothing on the radar. Okay. So as far as the forecast goes, it's going to be nice and sunny through the next couple days, but we do have a change coming. So let's go look at the forecast, looking at the 3-hour precipitation. So we can see Monday and Tuesday continues clear, and then we have some just little bits of moisture coming onto the island for Wednesday, Thursday. So I think this is, there's a Wednesday. Not really enough. Doesn't look like enough moisture in the air to really give us anything on the island. But maybe going into Thursday, we might get a little bit of moisture Thursday evening. Let's just go back out here and look a little longer term. And this will definitely be rain. There's no chance of snow, I don't believe. So there's that weak system developing offshore and just spinning a little bit of moisture. So that's Friday. So you can see it kind of starts to create a little moisture on Wednesday into Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, little bit of snow a little bit of rain in Alberni, a little bit more on Thursday night, spreading off over the island. But this all looks pretty weak. It's not going to be a whole lot. Friday, you can see the low out here approaches the island, but it sort of stalls there. So it's just going to start spinning moisture Saturday. So this looks a little more serious. Saturday morning, a little more moisture. Saturday afternoon, so it looks wet on Saturday, and then looks like the low goes down into California Sunday. So from about Thursday, maybe Wednesday onwards, just going back here. So again, there's Wednesday. You can see little patches of moisture beginning, but there doesn't really look like there's any rain until Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, and then just patches of rain Friday, Saturday. A little bit more Saturday morning. It starts to spin up a little bit, but that's 5 days out, so this could change. But looks like Saturday, Sunday has the most rain. So we'll look at that for the coming week. But the first 2 days, today and Tuesday, are going to be nice. Wednesday should be pretty good, and then Thursday we might get a little bit of rain into the weekend. So that's what we got there. Let's look at the stream flow and Snowpack. Oops, sorry, wrong one. I want this guy. So we have the updated snow conditions commentary for March 15th. That's on Friday. So it says several storm events near the end of February caused the largest mountain snow accumulation of the season. So that's good news. Unsettled weather continued for the first half of March with seasonal rates of snow accumulation measured at automated snow weather stations. Warm and dry weather is expected to persist for the upcoming 7 days. That's right now, with the likelihood of some snowmelt at lower elevations. So let's look at the numbers and then I'll get back to what it has for the medians and stuff. So we'll just zoom into this, go down to Vancouver Island. There's Vancouver Island. So the last one should hopefully be the 15th here. That's the 68. So let's just make sure. Yeah, that's good. So they updated it. They had missed the update on the 8th last week. So it's good. We see both of them here. So this looks pretty good considering. So you can see that snowfall. We actually got some snow on the Jump Creek station, which is good because it had completely melted away there back in February. So that's positive. So the first one here is Wolf Creek. That's up in Strathcona Park, North Island area. So it went from 62% at the end of March and mid-March to 68% on Friday. So that's a great trend. Jump Creek got 16% there for March 8th, and now it's at 36% as of Friday. So that's great. This is the, I think that's the Lake Cowichan one. Yeah, Heather Mountain. So near Jump Creek, but at the end of Lake Cowichan. So it went from 37% on March 1st, 39% on March 8th, to 56% of normal on March 15th on Friday. So that's a good direction. And then the last one, Heather Mountain on Mount Aerosmith. Sorry, not Heather Mountain, Mount Aerosmith, where the webcam is. 52% on March 1st, 58% on March 8th, and 75% on Mount Aerosmith as of Friday. So those are, it looks like the highest really since, yeah, pretty much since December. So so these percentages are the percent of normal for that day, I believe is what it is. So for this time of year, 68%, 36%, 56%, 75%. So all of these at least are above 50%. That's good. The Mount Aerosmith station is 3/4 of normal. So, that's good. It's certainly better than what we've been seeing in the past. So if I look back for the North Station, the North Island Station, it got to 90% was the best it got this year. That was back in November. Yeah. So very start of the season, and then it quickly melted. So that was the peak. It went from 0 to 90%. So that was just at the very beginning of the season. So you can almost discount that completely. So really, this is the highest it's been as far as a percentage for the whole year. And I think the same goes for Mount Aerosmith. If we look at that, back 76% it was at on December 8th, so the beginning of December. So that's, we're definitely, at least for the time of year, we're at the best that we've been at for the season. So that's good news. Overall, the Vancouver Island stations overall are at 59% of normal, and that's better than we've been since, again, early December. So that's good. We got that one shot. It just takes a little bit of snow, right? We need that snow. So that's good news. It's still not it's not over and above, but at least we're closer to normal than we've been the entire snow season. So that's good news. I'm just going to look at the long-term forecast here, going out 16 days. This should bring us into April. Yeah, up to April 2nd. So we can see March 18 and 19, the next couple days. We can see those high temperatures up over 15 degrees. And then going back down towards normal for the next couple weeks here, going out until the end of the month, it looks like. So it looks like fairly normal temperatures for the rest of the month, going out into April. And if we look at the precipitation, you can see there's a little bit expected on the weekend as it comes up, and then a little bit more towards the end of the month. And there is just a touch of snow possible maybe this weekend, but it says 0.7 centimeters, so I don't imagine that's going to amount to anything. So there you go. So we're done for the snow. The snowpack is what it's going to be, I think, and hopefully that carries us through the spring. Just going to go back to the snow conditions commentary here. It says provincial average on March 15th is 72% of median, increasing from 69% on March 1st, so that's good news. Fraser River Basin Station average 72% of median for March 15th, increasing from 70. 90% of the total seasonal snowpack has accumulated by March 15th. So that's basically the end of our season. So we don't expect any more snow really to fall. As far as the South Coast increased the most since March 1st, it measured 65% for March 15th compared to 53%. So that's great. You can see Vancouver Island +9. Good stuff. And then it says April 1st, snow and water bulletin is scheduled to be released Wednesday, April 10th. So there we go. So that'll be the next update from them. I think that is about it for today. I don't have anything more that I want to pass along. I'm going to leave you with a nice webcam view. Have a wonderful morning and week. I'll be back later on this week, and we'll look at that rain that's coming in for Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. All right. Have a great weekend, or have a great week. Enjoy the sun, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks.